Hello, I'm Nicola from Daisy and Grace, and today I am going to show you how I sew my hexagons together, the ones I've made from my Quilt As You Go templates. Now, I thought I sewed them together with a ladder stitch, but I don't. Somebody told me it wasn't a ladder stitch, and when I looked into it, it wasn't. So I'm calling this my Nicola stitch. So I need to show you how I sew these together. I've got my two hexagon, Quilt As You Go hexagons, and I want to start joining them so I can make a big quilt. So what I'm going to do is going to put right sides together, and I want to join this top edge here. So I'm going to take a couple of clips. I just prefer clips. You use whatever you want to use. If you prefer pins, you can use pins. Whatever you feel is best for you, go with. Now I've got my thread and I've put a knot in the end, and you can see it's red. You wouldn't use that, you would use a colour that matches your backing and your binding, but so that you can see what I'm doing, I am going to use red. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to run it up just through, not so it comes through the front, it's going up through the wadding, through the backing and through the wadding. I'm going to pull that through, and then my little knot, I'm just going to give that a little tug till you can feel that it's caught in that fabric there, and again you can see nothing back or front there. Then I'm going to put my needle in that corner to create a loop here, and I'm going to run my needle through that loop, and that will create a little knot there to secure that end. Because your beginnings and your ends are your weak points, and you need to make sure that they're secure. Then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to just through the back hexagon run it up a few millimeters and pull it through the back hexagon. So we've got our thread over on this side. Then I'm going to put the needle in on the opposite side through the front hexagon and pull my needle through, so you can see it's created a link between the two. Then instead, with a ladder stitch, you would go in here and you'll do like a zigzag motion along your seam. I don't do that. I go back into that hole there that I've just created and come up a few millimeters along again and continue that process. So I'm going to go on the other side, then through a few millimeters, up and through. Now you're thinking, oh, you can see your stitches. Yes, you can, because it's bright red. But if you use a thread that is the same colour, you won't see the stitches as much. And the reason I do this, it doesn't give you so many gaps when you come to open up the work. So we're going to just fast forward until the end now, so that you can, I'll show you how I knot the end off. So now we're coming towards the end, you're going through the thicker fabric, and I do try and pull my stitches quite tight. I haven't done so on this. As you can see, if you give that a pull, your stitches come tighter. I didn't do it down this end just because I'm doing it to demonstrate how the stitch is. If you pull it tight as you go, it will create a better seam. So now I've got to the corner and I'm going through both sides. I'm creating my loop again, and I'm putting my needle through to create a little loop. And I'm going to do it one more time, just so there's a couple of knots there. Pull that through. Now to cut my thread, a little trick that I do is I just run my needle through, not so it doesn't come through this side, pull that through like so, and then I can chop that thread off and the tail gets hidden in there. Now you can see my stitches here, but if you have white on white, they don't become visible, and again on the back they're not very visible. It's just because they're red. I have got a piece of work here that I joined using this stitch, and as you can see, well, you can't really see the stitches, can you? And I'm going to turn it over for you, and again the stitches aren't really very visible. You can see it's been hand sewn, but that's the charm of it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be coming back with some more videos, so hopefully you're subscribed to my channel, and please check out my website www.daisyandgrace.co.uk. And until then, happy sewing. See you soon. Bye.